Hey sis, and welcome back to my channel. I am Bisala's Beauty, and today I'm going to showcasing this hair from Sway Hair. This is the hair right here, guys. This hair has been living in my head rent-free for such a long time. And do you see how Slay hair just came and delivered and ate this wig all the way up? Like guys, yeah. If you're interested in this hair, it's from Sway Hair. Link would be in the bottom below. And also, I'll be showing you guys how I installed this hair. I actually did a one-on-one class in trying to achieve the Naija Hairline. So as we go along, you guys should let me know how it turned out looking. I'm super excited about learning this skill and incorporating it to my daily hairstyle routine. And yes, I'll be dropping a lot of gems, so make sure you stay tuned and watch this video to the end to see tips on how to install your lace wig better and achieve the Nigeria hairline. Okay, so these are the items that came in the package. You got some combs, we got some makeup pad, and we got some wig cap, and we got an band. And this is the hair details about the hair that I got. I got a Auburn Brown 220 density in 24 inches. So I'm just going to take out the hair from the bag, from the net, and just show you guys straight out of the box. Okay, this is what the hair is looking like. I'm super excited. And also it's a 13 by 4 lace closure wig. And yeah, the first gem I'm going to be telling you guys is if you're going to be doing the Naija hairline, you need a frontal wig that has a lot of parting space. So drop that 13 by 4 for like a ponytail hairstyle and get you a 13 by 6 or longer length, or a wig that has a longer parting space, because you have to remember literally a good chunk of like 2 or 3 inches, maybe 2 inches, is going to go into plucking and customizing the frontal. Okay, so yeah, that's a tip that did I did not realize. And yeah, I would state that this wig, when I ordered it, actually didn't give me the option pick if I wanted 13 by 6. I don't think it did. And also, it didn't give me the option to be able to pick my wig size, which was kind of a bummer because the wig was a little bit small on me. But I'll show you guys how to also fix that as we go along when you order a wig that is too small for you, which is also very common when you order from a manufacturer seller. Okay, so I'm gonna head to pluck the hair behind the scene with my tutor, and they showed me how to pluck, skip and pluck, the skip and pluck method, which I can show you guys in another tutorial, but not in this tutorial. But yeah, so now in the next steps, I'm gonna show you guys how to shape my hairline properly. So yes, this was where I realized that the wig wasn't coming forward because the wig was too small. So I went in, and as you can see right here, I'm separating the lace from the wig cap, the black part of the wig cap. That way I can be able to push the wig forward to my head, as you can see that I'm doing right here. So yeah, you have to do it on both sides. So be careful not to cut too much. And if you need to go back in and cut more, as I'm doing right here, go ahead and do that. So now on another note, I just wanted to, to speak on this class that I did on this frontal. I don't know if you guys noticed by any chance that I was actually, like, she was on a video call. We're doing a one-on-one how to install the Lagos hairline, Niger hairline installation. And guys, my feedback for that class was, you get your money's worth, and we live and we learn, literally. First things first is like, she could have noticed that my wig cap was not right, and she could have like corrected me. I wasn't paying attention to that because I was trying to pay attention to like the class, right, doing what I need to get done. But yeah, I'm just plucking out the Niger airline, the widow's peak, so I can be able to achieve the Niger airline. And also because, again, the length of the wig is kind of small. It has a small parting space. There's not a lot of plucking I could have done. I couldn't do the maximum customization, so I had to do like very, very minimum customization. As you can see, the side widow peaks also little. Next time, if I get a bigger wig cap, a lace cap, I'll be able to customize it a lot more, give it that exaggerated Lagos airline. But because the lace was very little, 4 inches, it wasn't a lot. I had to be careful not to do too much. Okay, but we still got it done. And yes, I'm gonna go ahead and tint my lace using my powder and my mousse, as you guys are seeing in this video. Anyway, back to our talk, our gist, right? So I did learn how to, the pluck and skip method. I did learn, a lot how to install it properly, efficiently, which I already know how to do, but it just like I would say like the class did teach me how to do it like efficiently, right? Not like I'm guessing, or what do I do next, or maybe I should do this, even though I know I already have my steps in place that I do, but it did give, I just felt like it gave me a little like support on how to do it better, basically. Yeah, that was the goal of the class. Of course, with better practice and consistency of installation, you do better. And also with the class, like I would say, is that it was quite unprofessional. I'm not gonna lie. Like, oh, also when you're doing, you guys, please do not do this mapping out thing that I did. I'm never gonna ever do it again. Just apply the glue to the perimeter of your hairline first and work your way. Whichever excess lace you have, you apply. So those are the products that I use. I used Erica J Hold Me Down glue, and I used the skin guard to protect my skin from the glue, and I also used the alcohol to wipe down. So the first step is you use your alcohol to clean off any debris, dirt, all that, and then you go in with your skin guard to protect the skin from the glue, and you apply your glue, and these three steps will make your install last longer than it's supposed to. For me, I would not recommend you map out your week. I would not be doing that again, honestly, because it's just extra stress work to do, because the black will end up, or the white will end up staining the lace, and then you have to work on cleaning it out. No, it's not do that. Just explode the glue, apply the glue right at where your hairline ends, just a thin layer like half an inch. Just apply that there, and whatever excess lace is left at the front, right after your hairline, you go back in one at a time, because at the end of the day we still do that, right? You go back in and then you fill it in with the glue, and you tie it down with the elastic band. That is what I would recommend. But yeah, you can also follow along with the step that I did. So back to my story. So the only negative, well, there were a few negative things about the class that I attended. She wasn't present. Like, first of all, okay, the first negative thing is that she took too long. It took me hours. It was supposed to be a 4 hour class. It took way longer than that. Because she showed me how to install it, and then I had to install it, and she'll guide me as I go along. I don't agree with that technique of teaching. I agree to that if it's somebody that's just learning for the first time, not for somebody that already has knowledge on install, because this is clearly an advanced class, one-on-one class, a brush up, or as I'll call it. So her showing me how to install it from scratch was a complete waste of my time and her time. Now I got to the turn of where I get to install the hair now. Tell me why this lady was mostly at the beginning part of of the teaching, and the rest of the half part of the teaching she disappeared, and she made her employee to come and teach me the rest of the class. So it was not like back and forth. She'll stop by and see what I'm doing, give the tip, and disappear and go back to handle her business, which is, I find, very, very awful. But I don't want to put her name out there. I don't want to put her business out there, but just want to have to, I just felt like I need to come put that out there for any person looking to be careful, for anyone out there to be careful, to learn from my mistakes, to be careful with Nigerians, and requesting services from Nigerian people, because girl, it is stressful. The communication before, even if you guys can see, I ordered the hair from May. We ended up doing the class late July. Okay, so the communication to book the to set up the class, the one-on-one class, took, we kept on rescheduling, and it was mostly on her end. So we kept up rescheduling. So like that was stressful enough. And then during the class, the whole debacle with, being present at the first half beginning, and popping in and out, having somebody else to teach the rest of the class, and then popping in to correct. Like this lady that she even told to employee that she told to teach me was telling me to do this one way. And then when she pops in, she'll say, no, do it like this. You're wasting my time, bro. You're wasting my time. There was lack of efficiency and professionalism in the one-on-one class, and she was not even present the entire time. She was there at the end, like, oh yeah, you did a good job, keep practicing, blah blah blah. But I was like, I was ready to go out at that point. When I was done with the class, I was irritated. I just wanted to get my money's worth because I already paid. And I was just like, it's whatever. you know it is what it is. We leave and we definitely learn. And I learned and I took away, I guess I took away, I did learn. So I appreciate that, but then I also paid for it. But for me, I learned that, if I see someone is like actually giving a class, check their background, check their reviews for sure. If they are reputable, and their classes, well, you can't know until you attend the class, but just make sure they're doing a good job. And definitely, most importantly, go for somebody that their work is good. I see the work and be like, yes, this is good, this is what I learned. Not look for a cheaper option. Okay. And that's what I kind of did. I looked for a cheaper, which wasn't cheap, like it was cheaper than a $1,000 class that would go for, compared to like a $500 class that I went for, which was not 500, but I'm just saying for an example. But yeah, that was lesson learned. Check for reviews before you go send your money out to anybody in Nigeria. Be careful with that for sure. Another gem that I would like to point out is melting down techniques. You're gonna have to do that about, I would say, a total of 5 times, from beginning from when you first apply your first glue down. You apply that, you tie it down, and then you go in with your mousse, and you work it into your hair, and as you can see here, and just mold and shape up how you want your Naija hairline to look. Brush it with the comb. You use the comb part, okay, not the brush part. That's another tip that I learned. You use the comb back. You can also use a regular ragtail comb and just shape it the way you want your hairline to look, and to go back and tweeze if needed, of course. And you tie that down. Oh, okay, that's the second tie down, and melt it in. And then the third time, you'll go ahead, as you can see here, use a holding spray. I don't personally like this holding spray method that they do, but that, I guess, that's what they do to hold down and get that stroke mold style with the Niger airline. But I find it to be shiny and stiff personally. So I personally don't like it. So I'll be showing another video of me. I won't be showing another video, but I will point it out in my next video, um me of how my hairline looks, which will be different from what you guys are saying right now. Like, I don't like it with the holding spray on the hairline. I prefer it with just the most, and that's just my personal preference. Yeah. So you do that, and then you tie it down. That's the third melt down, right? At this point, you should melt in, because the holding spray also helps melt down the lace to your scalp. Okay. So when you take that out, you should be good to go. Okay. But no, it doesn't end there. You have to go ahead again and apply the melting spray, which is supposed to melt the lace to your skin. Okay, that's the fourth time you're gonna melt your hair. You're gonna melt. You do your melting technique, and the fifth time is like a bonus. So if you see that there's still imperfections that you need to glue down, anything that, if you see any lifting up or whatever, you apply the glue to those areas, and that should be your final meltdown. And the sixth extra bonus is, if you see that it's not melted properly and you want extra meltness, go ahead and apply more melting spray or whatever, or holding spray should also work, and apply it. That's just if you want to be extra, 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 extra meltdown, you know. You don't need to do that the sixth melt down. You should be good at five, but that is what I would recommend for anyone to stop at number five, to be honest. But yeah, that's it. Go in and melt everything down. Leave it as it's melting down now. At this stage, you're gonna go in with your hot comb, your mousse, and just style up the hair. Well, you go with your comb and your wax stick and just lay down the hair down flat to your hair so you can look more natural and realistic and not puffy. So you go ahead and do that part first, and then when you're done with that part and everything is laid to perfection. Mine is not super laid because my hair was not braided down properly and it was puffy down then. I just used a regular wig cap. I didn't do too much laying down. So it was kind of poofy, but if it wasn't poofy, it would have been slicked down, okay? But yeah, go ahead and perfect this. Use your hot comb, use your mousse to make sure the hair is properly laid down. And yeah, I'm just taking out the hair right now. Once you see, as you guys can see, everything is nice and good to go. But I'm not good. I still want to use my melting lace to make sure the lace is melted and it looks like scalp. You know, it does help, and it's just an additional step to make your hairline look more natural. So yeah, I'm gonna use my Ebin lace melting spray and just apply that to my hairline. Literally only on the lace, okay guys? Don't apply it to the hair. And yeah, tie it down. I believe this is the last tie down, right? And then now we're gonna take, while it's, I have my blow dryer there on doing its thing. I don't have to hold on to it. And yeah, while that is working, doing its magic, I'm gonna go ahead and apply this leave-in conditioner and some detangling spray from Camilla Rose along with water, and just soak up my hair with that and try to revive my curls. As you guys can see, the ends of this hair are kind of dry, so I'll say for the pros and cons of this hair, the hair is full, as you guys can see. The description is quite accurate. Color match for this hair, what I ordered versus what I got, is unmatched. Like, I'm thankful. Thank you, Sway Hair. The actual hairline was not plucked, so yeah, I had to go in and do my magic and work on that. And the length, I'm not accurate, I'm not exactly sure if this was a 26 inches, but it doesn't look, but then again, it's a curly hair, but it doesn't really look like a 26-inch hair. But then again, it's a curly hair. Maybe I would have to blow dry it out and see what it's saying. But it's a pretty good length, to be honest. I'm not gonna knock that compared to some other hair that I've received that, like, the 26 inches. Like, what is going on? This is not 26 inches. Like, pure disappointment. But this is not bad. But I don't know. It doesn't feel like a 26 inches. But then again, it's a curly hair, right? So the length, that's it about the length. For the cons now, I would say that the wig cap issue, they didn't put a sizing option for the wig cap. And also, I kind of find that the hair was kind of dry a lot and puffy a lot at the ends. As you guys can see, I kept on adding water, like it dry out quick. Like, you need to apply some curly mustard and some leave-in conditioner, and use your hand to crimp it together to bring out some nice bouncy curls. But all in all, I love the hair, I love the color. It has little shedding. All hair shed, and it has little shedding. I've had this wig on for about a week now, and the shedding is actually minimum. Like, heavy wig sheds, especially with lace, okay? So, but when I comb it out, I don't see hair on the floor like that, like that. So yeah, that is a good one for me with this wig. Thank you so much, Sway Hair, for this wig. Like, genuinely, you guys have no idea how this hair has been living in my head rent free. I'm so grateful I get to bring it to life and be able to also recreate this color on myself. But yeah, that will be all for this video, guys. Make sure you go check out all my other beauty videos and reviews that I have on my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to follow, subscribe, share, and like, and engage in the comment section, okay? All right, take care, guys. Bye.